Okay, so my new sick video to rake in the new year, because a lot of people just get on social media to complain endlessly about things that don't affect their personal life. They get so upset about video game characters not looking the way they want that they want to spew tirades, rant endlessly, complain non-stop, send death threats, anything under the book, because these people are social degenerates that can't really get a grip on their own personal existence. Today we're talking about people who are complaining about Lady's face in Devil May Cry 5, endlessly whining that she looks like a man. I think this started from an Insomniac developer, and she said people are being transphobic, sending her death threats, etc. You know how people like to escalate the situation to put people in their favor and make a giant pity party when they make politics on Twitter. First and foremost, I think that this chick is over exaggerating on the issue. I think that Lady does not really look like a man. I think that some renders look pretty different from the in-game models themselves, because Lady's render, she looks gorgeous in the game. She looks fuckable in the game. You cannot tell me that Lady from Devil May Cry 5 doesn't look like a straight female, and she doesn't look cute. She's adorable in this fucking game. I think she looks better than Trish's model, which is kind of weird seeing Trish's model in game because her nose is kind of weird and everything. But I'm not the one to complain about video game models to the point where I boycott a game, because I just don't rock like that. If the character embodies how the character used to be in previous games, then I really don't give a fuck about appearance unless it's drastically changed and the character is done for the worse. I'm looking at you, DMC Dante from the reboot. I'm looking at you. Anyway, a lot of people, like some retarded cosplayers like Swimsuit Succubus, is coming out and defending all these notions of Lady looking bad in DMC5. Now, I know people are entitled to their opinion, but again, I think that Lady looks quite good. I think she looks the best out of all the females they presented so far. We didn't see Kyrie yet, so I'm gonna hold my opinions until I see all the other characters. But again, appearances are just superficial to me when it comes to a video game, and I think most people should embody this logic. You shouldn't fucking boycott video games over a person's face. We all learned that last time from the mistake that people made by associating Sam Meeks, the GTA 5 complainer SJW, associating her face with Black Cat from the Spider-Man DLC, and it turns out that Sam Meeks did not do facial mocap or mocap in general, or the voice in general for Black Cat for Spider-Man PS4. It was actually Erica Limbeck. So a few fans got some egg on their face. Some people are saying that the Resident Evil 2 remake has bad faces like Leon and Claire, even though that's all subjective and anyone can freeze frame on a trailer and say something looks bad. People need to learn that freeze framing devalues things, and some people go through the ugly crier moment where their faces are scrunched up. Maybe they're happy, maybe they're sad, maybe they aren't looking so hot in a particular photo, and because of the reaction on their face, is caught at a bad moment. That's why some people aren't really photogenic with every moment that they take. That's why some girls kind of put emojis on their faces when they wake up in the morning and they figure, hey, I don't look that good. Maybe I need some makeup. Maybe my hair is out of whack. I don't know. It could be anything. I think some people on the internet think they're supermodels, you know, when they probably really aren't, and they want their video game characters to embody this anime waifu disproportionate figure when it doesn't look realistic at all. Now, I'm gonna look at the other side of the equation when it comes to DMC5, because a lot of people are commissioning firings of this lady. A lot of people are saying Insomniac are going woke and shit like that, and I think a lot of people like to put in their own social commentary, their own personal politics, and devalue everything. And I think these people are just going crazy. These people are tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists that really need to stop. Fucking put down the politics just for a minute and enjoy your goddamn video games. Nothing is stopping you from enjoying some of the things that Insomniac did in the past. Nothing is stopping you from enjoying Devil May Cry 5. I think people, when they spew this conspiracy theory nonsense, is something that needs to be left in the fucking past. I can understand all the complaints that happened for Battlefield 5 because the women being in that game and having katanas and prosthetic arms, and what the developer said about, you know, the game being historically accurate when it's actually historically inaccurate, that didn't make any fucking sense to me. But if none of that stuff occurred with Spider-Man for PS4, then why the fuck are you saying a company is going woke? I think people saying companies going woke without any substantial evidence really doesn't lend any credence to what they're saying. That's why I sit back and listen to people and I say, I didn't see anything in coordination to SJW logic with the last product that I received from Insomniac Games. If nothing is going woke, if nothing is being affected by SJWs, then you're just shit spewing. You're throwing out a term for nothing. For example, I remember when Razor Fist was trying to fucking discredit Daredevil Season 3 up and fucking down, all because they used the fake news line, and he figured that's relating to some interjected politics and it's going to be about Trump and all this shit, when Season 3 was relatively strong about all the characters, all the plot lines, all of the notions. But somebody is so ready, they're ready to jump the gun and pull the trigger on 13 great episodes, all because someone said fake news. I think we're just getting to that point where people are just interjecting politics into their own hobbies, and they can't be mentally rational. They can't see past clickbaity titles. They can't see past people that are fabricating stories to fit their own agendas, their own opinions, and their own narratives, and people that just can't enjoy a piece of content if a buzzword comes into play. I think that's the era we're getting into now, and it makes both sides. It makes the people starting this shit look dumb, and it also makes the people that are assuming every single thing under the sun, they are projecting every single political problem into these said hobbies. I think those people are also beginning to look a little bit suspect as well. It's like, even if you are a conspiracy theorist, at least have proof to these claims about Insomniac going woke. That's all I ask for. And going back to the woman in question that made all these claims, I think this individual does not have smart opinions. I think this lady that tried to say Capcom and people are being transphobic, I think she is dumb. But one individualized opinion never really affected my purchase for a game, unless the company themselves are discrediting the fans, which they are not doing. When the company personally white knights her over her comments on DMC5, then we'll have a correlation, then we'll have a connection. But until then, all I see is a bunch of unknown random white knights and a retarded cosplayer jumping to the aid of this bitch. The only thing she can do is get her kick on the internet and get her money by getting naked for random strangers anyway, and she probably doesn't have much of a personality going on, and she's probably not that intelligent to begin with. Go get thought audited somewhere. I really don't give a fuck about your opinion. I'm sorry. So I think people really should stop that shit, and I think both sides are being a bit childish about this situation. Just wait until Devil May Cry 5 comes out, enjoy your games, and it's 2019. I think the age of complaining about minuscule, meaningless things to me are over. I think I want to focus on the actual important issues when it comes to the games that I buy and the games that I review, for better or for worse. And that's what I think on this topic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, we've gotten to that point where complaining about video game faces seems like it's affecting people's personal lives. It reminds me of that Soldier Boy shit where people wanted him legitimately behind bars or memed or something because he made like a fake Chinese knockoff console. We knew Nintendo was coming to knock on his door anyway, so what's the point of making like 20 rant videos about a D-list fucking rapper? Some things that people do, they just take it way too far, and I think people need to chill the fuck out on both sides, especially when it comes to this DMC5 nonsense. We had enough controversies about this game, a lot of fake outrage, people whining about non-intrusive microtransactions, so I think that, you know, you just need to sit down and assess the situation, and that might be a better alternative. You might actually find some optimism when you do. It just boils down to sometimes people just complain for the sake of complaining, and I can't really disagree with that notion considering some of the answers from both sides of the equation. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you really enjoyed this video. I apologize for sounding thoroughly congested, but again, I am sick, so I just wanted to talk about this topic of ladies face and DMC5 and how it's pretty much a non-troversy, and I wanted to give my stance from there. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Later.